Hello there. This is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Charisma enhances your appearance. Charisma. Now I'm gonna tell you what, we've been doing these handsome man videos and everything because, guys are saying, hey, we need some handsome man game. Okay, Rom is being obliging. But you get some guys out here, let's just be real, and many women will say this. You get some guys who they don't have those model looks. In fact, in as objective way as possible, people will be like, well, they just average. They all right. Women will say just on their bone structure. Now this is what women are saying. Just on the man's bone structure, he all right. But if you say the overall thing about the man, she'd be like, he fine, he's this. They might even say he gorgeous or something like that. Because, one thing with women in general is they look at the whole package anyway. But then there's one thing that really enhances stuff for a man, and that's his charisma. See, understand something with women. They very visual. It ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about that. But they also emotional. So they going by what they see, but what they feel in their heart, how their emotions are moved. That's why I've always said, pimps and preachers. See, they know how to tap into that woman's emotions, but something else about pimps and preachers, their charisma. See, women looking at the whole piece, if a man who just have an ordinary bone structure, like I said, he don't have that model face, he don't have that model height, or he don't got that fitness model build. It might be very average on that level, but women be like, he gorgeous. It's his charisma. And that's just connecting to a woman on a different level. Now, the thing is, what have I said about select men? Truly select men. I say they're going to have at least one of three things. At least. The physique, charisma, and they just truly masculine. If they got one of those three things, they're going to attract some women. Now, you get some guys, the physique is like average or something. They can be a little underweight, slim, or they could be a little pudgy or something, but they driving women crazy. In fact, I'm going to tell you a little secret. You get a lot of guys, some of those stockier guys, some of those guys got some meat on them. Have you noticed that they have a tendency to be very gregarious? That's charisma right there. Because, see, here's the thing. I don't care what you look like. I don't care how much money you got, how much status you got. I don't care about, look, all of those are baits. You still got to connect to the woman. And a man with charisma connects to the woman. And see, that connection, that's the powerful piece. And see, you know what? I've seen this for decades. A woman can say, oh yeah, she'll say her type is that fine dude. He handsome. He got all this height. He got the muscles and everything. And yeah, they like that. But then you find out they hooked up with some average dude. You find out they hooked up with some dude who you tell that dude body game. You tell that dude body game and, dude's like, yeah, whatever, man. The only workout I'm getting is taking this rib to the mouth. But they'll have tons of women. If you say, and you talk to the woman like, yeah, he fine, he's sexy and all of that. And you be like, other guys be seeing it, be like, what's she seeing? He ain't all that, no homo. They'll say that, right? But the thing is, you know what? The dude can talk to that woman. He got that personality where he can click with the woman's emotions. He got that charisma. You know what? In fact, on Rom TV, I got a series, Goodbar Clans. And I'll connect that episode where I talk about cool cats. Those are a type of good bars. Good bars, those guys would be getting the women sexually, turning them on. You get some guys, they just some cool people. And they connect with the woman emotionally. You connect with a woman emotionally, then that can actually turn her on sexually. Like if you talk about, like a lot of guys talk about a mouthpiece or something, it's no magic words, it's the charisma really. That dude could give directions or talk about something in general. He only had to put sex in it, but if he got that charisma, it just turns a woman on. It's how he connects with her. And see, well, here's the thing with women. Once they start getting a positive feeling, like, okay, like say they on a job or something. Say they on a job, and this happens a lot on jobs. Here's a scenario. It never fails. Or it could be a job, any social circle. I'll say a job. Yeah, I'll say a job, even though in general, yeah, don't mess with a woman on the job. You know what? Let me change that. Let's say it's just a social circle where a man and woman can interact with each other on a consistent basis. It could be a church, I don't know, community, I don't know, whatever. She first meet the guy. He all right too. He all right. You know what? His face ain't all that to her. I mean, he all right. He ain't totally busted, but you know, and you know what? His body build ain't there. His drip is average. You know, he ain't standing out like that, but she get to interact with him. She talks with him. He knows how to make her smile and everything, laugh. He knows how to compliment her. Whenever you see it, like, hey girl, how you doing today? You looking all fine and everything. Hey, hope you have a great day today. And at first she might be, but then she starts smiling, she see him, they start kicking it, and they just chilling. She get nice and comfortable. I'm gonna tell you what, that gets past the defenses, because most women have defenses up. They got those guards up. They got those Star Wars shields up. You know, the Star Trek shields is everything. They, you know, a lot of time, ironically, they'll have it up on guard for like a very handsome man. Ironically. Or, you know, that real built man. Well, definitely that handsome man. They'll have it up. All right, you get this guy, he ain't as handsome, he ain't all that, but he just talked to her. He started getting her comfortable. Those shields come down. Then once the shields come down and stuff, shoot, he can start turning her on. And it's just talking, like every time she see him, like he's always cool, he's laughing, he always give her that like subtle compliment, say, yeah, girl, you wearing that dress today, and all of that, right? And it is always like sincere too. It's a sincere connection. All of a sudden, he starts to grow on her. All of a sudden, he starts to grow on her, and he's just like, you know? And if he know what he's doing, he just take his time with it. All of a sudden, he started looking better. He said, yeah, that nose was crooked at first, but you know, it started looking sexy to her, you know? Because what it is, when she see his appearance, she's associating that with the feeling she get when he's around. All of a sudden, she feel good. It started looking better and better, you know? And he might be totally against her type, even as far as against her imprint. But she when she around him, she always feel good. Because always remember, women they looking at a man holistically. They ain't just looking at their eyes or listening with their ears, but how they feel. She feeling good. One thing with women, and I've seen this with women across races. When they meet that man, he makes them feel good. All of a sudden, he starts looking better to them. And they'll even they'll start saying it. Some guys might even had that. You ever meet a woman and they weren't feeling you at first, but then they're around you, they're getting comfortable. It's like, damn, you know, you looking good. They start complimenting you. It's like because they'll start looking for someone you to compliment. And then something that they might not have thought about at first, boom. And then the tipping point is they might just see you, you know what, you might wear a suit or something, some clothing they ain't seen you, and you get a fresh haircut, all of a sudden, boom. All of a sudden, you the sexiest motherfucker in the world to them and stuff. But the way you got in there was through the charisma or that charismatic man. Because that's all it is. It's just the connection. See, a big problem we do have these days is you get a lot of guys, they simply don't talk to the women, or they simply not friendly, you know? A lot of guys who are having trouble, it's like, well, do you talk to them? Are you a friendly person? They generally not cool with anybody. Even other males just on a friendship basis. I've noticed that with a lot of guys who call themselves incel. Seriously, they ain't cool people. That charisma ain't there. That charisma is just that connection, that intangible thing. And if you have that, if you charismatic, guaranteed. That's why you get a lot of players. You be like, how they getting women? They got that charisma. They got that charisma. And you be looking at them, you be like, hold up. And like I said about some stockier men, and I ain't saying this because, you know, I'm a big guy. That's something I peeped. I was like, damn, how come all these, it'd be like some of the biggest players. And like, you know this from the women. I've seen a woman fighting over a stocky guy. Like they were fighting, like going to blows. I was like, ain't this some stuff? They were fighting and the guy was married. It's like, what? But he was a big guy, but he was like one of the coolest people. He said hi to everybody. He was cool, shoot the breeze of everybody. But he had that charisma. His charisma was like 9,000. So that charisma is powerful. And now developing it, it's tough to develop. I talk about it in sexual chemistry, a way I think might develop it. But on a general note, it's just how you interact with people. See, when people interact with other people, they usually have a preconceived notion of judgment. You gotta have an open mind. That's basic. That's basic. There's a whole lot more, but on a general thing, you gotta interact with people. Be cool with them in general. Now, there's some more stuff, and I talk about it in my book, Sexual Chemistry, but you gotta do it. And in fact, I think there's some people out there who coach in charisma. They actually coach in it. Now, I haven't really looked into that myself, but it's a real thing. Anytime somebody can make money from coaching in charisma, it's a real thing. And especially if you the type of man, you know what, you look in the mirror, you know you ain't, you know you don't feel like going to you say, yeah, Rom, body game videos are cool, but I'm gonna eat these ribs, fam. I'm gonna eat these ribs. But they always got women because they cool peoples. They got that charisma. And it makes a man look better when he actually has it. So it can enhance your appearance. So anyway, y'all, that's all I got for this morning. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.